Orson Anselm and the Pig and the Griffin by Jane Brooke, illustrated by Carolyn Dina. This exciting story is set in the glorious surroundings of Chester Cathedral. If you wish to discover these intriguing creatures for yourself, you need to read the book and then follow the directions on page 33. For George. Orson Anselm, the Pig and the Griffin. The last door in the huge cathedral shut with a bang. All was quiet. The little brown carved mouse sitting behind the altar rail listened to the echo travel along the tall cathedral. Now was his chance. He'd heard a little boy say something today and he wanted to try it out. So very quietly he said, "A tissue." "I like that word," he thought. So he said it again, a little louder. "What an awesome word," he said again, even louder. "A tissue." With the last "a tissue," he felt his whiskers twitch and his tail wave. Then his legs moved and poked out of the wooden rail. Very, very slowly he pushed his head out and pulled himself up until he was sitting on top of the large wooden altar rail. "That," said Orson Anselm, "is awesome." Orson Anselm scurried along the altar rail, muttering, "I must be back before it's light." He ran across the patterned, cold, moonlit floor, up to the wooden seats, looking for someone to play with. Gazing up, he saw a griffin and a pig, frozen into a carving, fighting angrily. "What are they fighting about?" he thought. "A tissue," went Orson Anselm. He watched as the griffin began to move. "A tissue." He saw the pig begin to wriggle. On the third, "a tissue," they both jumped out of the wood, fighting noisily. They grew and grew until they were full size. "Why are you fighting?" asked Anselm. "He attacked my piglets when they were feeding," protested the pig. "He threw mud all over me," grumbled the griffin. "Why don't we have 3 races to see who is the best, and whoever loses says sorry to the other," said Anselm. They hesitated and glared at each other, but when they looked at Anselm's gentle, pleading brown eyes, they slowly said, "All right then." "I will ride the pig so I can check there's no cheating." "No flying, Griffin. That's not allowed. It's a running race," said Anselm. "I will win anyway," said the griffin confidently. "Anyone can beat a short, fat pig." "I am very fast," shouted the pig, "and I will teach you not to attack my piglets." "Follow me," said Orson Anselm quickly. "I know a good place for a race." Anselm led them across the patterned floor to some chairs standing near to some unlit candles. "For the first race we start right here and go all the way past that door to the closed gate at the end," he said. Orson Anselm climbed onto the pig's back. "Hold tight with your claws," said the pig. "You won't hurt me. I have a very thick skin." The griffin stood looking determined to win. "The best of 3. On your marks, get set, go!" shouted Anselm. Off they went. "I won," shouted the griffin, "and I didn't use my wings at all. Easy peasy. One more win and you, pig, must say sorry to me for throwing mud at me." "One to the griffin," said Orson Anselm. The pig snorted grumpily. Anselm ignored the pig and said, "Let's start the second race from here, by the gate this time. On your marks, get set, go!" Off they went. "I won," shouted the pig. "You will say sorry for attacking my piglets." "One final race," declared Anselm. "Whoever wins this time is the winner. We start by the chairs. On your marks, get set, go!" Off they went. The pig went faster and faster and faster. Orson Anselm clung on tightly. He saw the gate getting closer and closer and closer. "Slow down, pig," he shouted. "Slow down, slow!" But it was too late. With a loud bang, the pig crashed into the gate and his head went right through two of the tall bars. "Oh no," said Orson Anselm as he tumbled to the ground. "Oh no," said the pig as he tried to pull his head back out again. "I'm stuck, really stuck." "Oh no," said the Griffin as he thought he might have lost. But when the Griffin saw the pig with his head rammed between the bars of the gate, he felt sorry for him. After all, they did live under the same seat together. He looked at the pig as he struggled to get free. The pig's ears wouldn't let his head go back through the bars. With a sigh, he said, "Oh, well, I suppose I'd better help you." He pulled and he pulled and he pulled. "Ouch, ouch, ouch," said the pig. But the pig didn't move. "It's no good," said Awesome Anselm. "We need to push as well as pull." "But the gate is locked," said the Griffin. "I can't fly high enough to get over it, and I'm too big to get through the gaps." "You might be too big," said Awesome Anselm, "but I'm not." He slid quickly underneath the gate and leaned against the pig's nose. He shouted out, "Are you ready, Griffin?" "Ready, steady, go!" The Griffin pulled and Awesome Anselm pushed. Awesome Anselm pushed harder and the Griffin pulled harder. "Ouch," said the pig. "It's no good," said the Griffin. "His ears are in the way. They are stopping him getting back through." "I know," said Anselm. "If you can turn the pig around and hold him upside down, then his ears will slip back through the gate." The Griffin twisted the pig gently around and flew in the air, holding him upside down. Anselm pushed and then with a sudden pop, the pig fell backwards onto the ground. "Thank you," he said to them both. "Thank you, Griffin. I think I won the race, but you were very kind, and I am sorry that I threw mud at you." The Griffin smiled. "That's all right. I'm sorry I attacked you. Your piglets too. They were really very cute." Awesome Anselm said, "I know it was scary, but you, pig, did look a bit funny stuck in the gate. And you, Griffin, look funny holding the pig upside down." They all started to laugh. They were still laughing when Awesome Anselm noticed some shafts of light coming through the stained glass window at the end of the aisle. "Quick," he said, "let's get back to our homes before we're seen." They shouted goodbye to each other as they ran back to their places. The pig and the Griffin jumped back under the wooden seat and returned to their frozen positions. To anyone else, it looked as though they were still fighting, but Anselm knew now that they were giving each other a great big hug. Smiling to himself, Awesome Anselm slipped into his secret home at the back of the altar rail. As more beams of light fell through the windows, all was still in the tall cathedral choir. All was quiet as a mouse. Now turn the page to see how you can find Awesome Anselm and the pig and the Griffin. Awesome Anselm can be found carved on the back of the altar rail in front of the high altar in Chester Cathedral. The carving of the mouse is by Robert Thompson. The pig and the Griffin can be found under one of the monks' seats in the choir stalls. When the monks were tired, they would lean back and perch on the thin ledge which is called a misericord. They would then look as though they were standing up. If you cannot find Awesome Anselm or the pig and the Griffin, a cathedral verger will be happy to show you where they are hiding.